In one North London school, students acquire skills crucial to academic performance in an unusual setting, the sports field. Tuesday morning, Whitefield School, Cricklewood in northwest London. These secondary students are warming up for a sports lesson, but something more than PE is happening here. Students are assessing each other's performance in class leadership.
Today's lesson, all students are involved in planning a warm-up and an actual activity to teach the rest of the group. And there's 2 or 3 other students who have clipboards who assess the students' teaching and give feedback about how they planned the lesson.
Anyone, any feedback you want to give from doing the lesson to the boys?
We played some nice games.
Games are fun, yeah, Tony?
I reckon Jay done it quite well though, because he was quite constructive. He was telling people what not to do.
What's taking place is an exercise in using sport to improve powers of leadership and communication. So how does it work? Whitefield is busy, bustling, thriving. The school population is extremely diverse, with special educational needs of one kind or another high on the agenda.
About 50% of our students are on the SEN register and about 60% are EAL students. We've got 72 different languages spoken in the school, and it's an enormously diverse population.
Over the years, the school has maintained a harmonious atmosphere, but hasn't always performed well academically.
We settle, please.
In 1999, senior teachers, including Peter Blenkinsop, then a deputy head, identified the main cause of low academic achievement: a lack of energy and focus in the school. Under the leadership of the previous head, staff took what turned out to be a momentous step: to make a bid to acquire specialist status as a sports college.
We needed a focus for the school. We needed to be something special. We needed to be something different. We needed to change the image of the school from a dowdy, down-at-heel place into something that was vibrant and exciting. And sport was the obvious choice for us because it would enable us to engage the students that we had.
Making the bid involved some fancy footwork, weaving through a complex set of conditions, approaching local sponsors, writing a 200-page application.
A deputy head was appointed from within the school who took charge of writing the bid, of collating all the information, getting all the data together. And the senior management team within the school then reviewed the content of that so that we understood what it was that we were committing ourselves to.
Crucial to the process was advice and support from the Youth Sports Trust.
They checked that we were doing the right things. They provided lots of guidance and advice in terms of what kinds of curriculum we should have, how it was that we could operate. They identified people that we could talk to who would provide us resources and other kinds of support. And they set up a structure which meant we had to report to them, which was really very helpful in our own monitoring processes.
18 months of effort paid off. The bid was successful. The reward? a £100,000 government cash grant. The impact on the school's physical education was immediate.
As part of being a sports college, we're able to use the extra funding, and we've used that by bringing in extra PE staff. That's lowered the number of students within classes, which I think again has added to the quality of the PE that's been taught here. We've now got trampolines.
Forward, much better, okay? Still remember to kick your legs back a bit because they're dragging you along it now.
So there's now opportunities for students to do sports they wouldn't have done before.
Okay, take a rest.
The impact on school morale was no less great.
The students changed dramatically. Their attitude improved immeasurably. They felt valued. They were able to talk about the school in a very positive way.
This newfound pride in the school helped Whitefield staff identify another goal well beyond the improvement of physical education: to use sport itself as a teaching aid. Playing any type of sport encourages a range of key skills: planning, communication, public speaking, even basic literacy and numeracy. The trick is to harness the experience and help students transfer it into other areas of study, other areas of life. Enter the leadership program. Part of being a sports college means acting as a hub for other schools in the area. Head of Girls PE, Desiree LaRue, found this role ideal for teaching Whitefield students skills of leadership and communication.
They've got to cover 6 modules in theory, and then we take them into our local primary schools to teach year 4, 5 and 6 students. And then at the end of that, they get a nationally recognised qualification as a leader. And then they go into the primary school on their own and run clubs during lunchtime and after school.
First of all, you're going to have to run from this comb down to here.
These Year 11 students are devising warm-up and team exercises as part of their preparation for primary school coaching. In the process, they assess each other's performance as class leaders.
On the sheets, it's kind of a breakdown of every stage of the lesson, informing the students of what they're going to be taught in that lesson, use of their voice, use of a whistle, can people hear what they're saying, confidence. It's just everything that's involved in teaching the lesson and where they need to improve and what's going well.
On-the-spot feedback from their peers may seem a hard thing for teenagers to take, but according to staff, the students at Whitefield seem to thrive on it.
Jay, I saw you losing your temper a bit, like when they wasn't doing what you wanted them to do. If it was primary school children, they would have been crying. So, just have to keep your temper down.
We empower students now in taking responsibility in lessons, in terms of leading warm-ups, leading practices. And I think that empowerment has really led to an improvement in the quality that students produce. I think it's about, if students are teaching other students, the learning they get from that is much more powerful than when teachers actually teach those students. So that's been a real major benefit.
The leadership program approach now extends to sports lessons generally. These Year 10 students are assessing each other's performance in a mixed game of netball.
He's travelling much lesser and his passing's got better.
I think what we've tried to do is make students independent learners and then give them the ability, the skills that they need to pass on to other students within their class.
So successful has the leadership program been, the plan is to extend it beyond physical education, to coach students in leading classes in other subjects, like literacy.
Try to travel a little bit less and stop having more contact.
Leadership is something that we hope to roll out across the whole school over the next year. We're going to get reading mentors out to the local primary schools and set up a reading mentor program within the school as well.
Skeptics may feel that sport and academic learning do not mix.
Darren, I want you doing exactly the same as you have been doing, running in on that far post. Still the same injection, but to Jack this time, okay?
For Peter Blenkinsop, seeing is believing. Indeed, he feels there's no limit to the potential that sport-based communication skills teaching can offer.
The link can seem quite tenuous between good quality sport and high academic achievement, but Whitefield's an example of that process happening. We've been able to inspire students so that they can perform well. Attendance rates are up. Bullying is very, very significantly down. Our exam results are currently 42-43% 5A to Cs, when the time when we were awarded sports college status they were 15.
But there's one major issue. To work, this sport-led approach must involve the entire school. Yet sport doesn't attract everyone, and achieving full inclusivity is by no means straightforward. Whitefield faced an enormous challenge. The school population comprises a significant proportion of those who are reluctant to participate in traditional games-based sport, especially girls. When Desiree LaRue was appointed head of Girls PE, she was given the task of taking sport out of teaching time and into playtime.
They wanted one person who was in charge of girls specifically, who could give attention, organise clubs specifically for girls, because generally there was more boys going to clubs and there was generally no girls at all attending clubs. So my main responsibility was to look at the issues, speak to the students and address them, get more girls participating in clubs during lunchtime and after school.
The trick was both to desegregate traditional sports, like netball, and introduce new sports that could attract girls. But a major barrier to full participation remained: PE kit. Girls generally didn't like it.
They get more self-conscious about their clothes and they want to look cool.
Muslim girls in particular wouldn't wear it.
Also, a lot of students didn't really want to wear shorts because of religious reasons.
The solution: get the female students themselves to design a new kit.
They designed black hooded tops with the school logo on, and so they helped them want to wear the uniform because they actually designed the kit. They're allowed to wear jogging bottoms to cover their legs. Also, Muslim girls, they're allowed to wear their headscarves or the hooded jumper. They can put their hood up.
The new kit seemed to do the trick.
Before, it used to be skirts. It used to be really tiny skirts, I must say. And a lot of girls, and I was one of them, who said mini skirts, you know, and jumping up and down was not me. And they actually then said, okay, then we actually can extend it to trousers, but it has to be according with our colours, which is blue and black. And we're completely fine with that.
Another important group to benefit from Whitefield's inclusive approach is disabled students.
Well, we're a fully inclusive school. It's very important to us that everybody has access to the whole range of curriculum, including sport. We have a designated teaching assistant in the PE department funded through the Sports College, whose responsibility it is that any student with a physical disability accesses the curriculum in the normal way.
These boys are playing a game called boccia. The group's presence on the AstroTurf pitch is a regular part of the sports scene within the school. Thanks in general to the sports programme, mutual respect between students has become a dominant feature of the school's culture. On the artificial pitch, Year 9 boys are about to play a practice football match. They organise themselves with minimal supervision.
If we're shooting this way, that's our left, and this is our right. So then you go on your right, and you go on your left.
These boys don't need to be told what to do. They don't need to be kept in line by constant adult intervention.
The students now are able to talk to each other, listen to each other, not all the time, but some of the time. And I think that's partly as a result of the work that they've done in PE.
The conclusion seems inescapable. Skills acquired on the sports pitch have had an impact on the culture and the performance of Whitefield as a whole. And the school's learning, through this sport approach, may, in a few short years, get international recognition at the highest level.
We had a young man who came to us from another school. He'd been in lots of trouble in that school and was due to be probably permanently excluded. When he came to us, we attached him to a trampolining coach in the Hendon Youth Sports Centre. He's now at the quality where he's likely to be in the 2012 Olympics.
Through sport, Whitefield is providing a truly holistic educational experience.
So when you've got the ball, what do you need to do between you? Shoot, go for the shot.
It's about providing a high-quality education, and critically that's what we tried to do, and we used the vehicle of sport to do that.